You're listening to the Generation X-Wing podcast with your hosts, Anil Sharma, Jamie Millman, Steve 3, and Rob Williams. Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Jamie Hillrider.
Now, Steve cannot be here. He is filming Bucketheads right now with our Outer Rim Garrison crew. And Anil, well, he's got daddy duties. So we got Mac on the show from the Sandcrawlers podcast. Say hello, Mac.
Sorry, I'm out of practice. Good morning from Ontario is what I was trying to say. I literally had to grab my drill and a block of wood an hour before we got on here because my microphone stand setup was all taken apart since I've stopped, I haven't been doing this as often. And it's like, I have to fix that in the next 10 minutes. So, yeah.
Well, you just burned the bridge after you ended the show.
That's it.
We're done. Well, we have a wonderful special guest on our show today. Our guest today is a man behind the popular YouTube channel Spector Creative, which features insight and information for toy collectors about toy collecting and the toy business. And he has the knowledge to back it up with 20 plus years of experience and working on such franchises like Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, Hot Wheels, DC Universe, and much, much more. Please welcome our guest from beautiful Greensboro, North Carolina, the toy guru, Scott Neitlich. Hello, Scott.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. That was, my ears are burning.
Hopefully in a good way. Yes.
No, but and beautiful Greensboro it is. God, it's gorgeous out there today.
I saw pictures of it I watched your video on, I'm going to be saying that a lot, by the way. I've watched your video. I've watched pretty much every one of your videos. It's hard to keep up how fast you get these out, by the way.
I appreciate you watching.
It's, but I've seen pictures of Greensboro. It looks gorgeous, especially in the fall.
Yeah, we basically found this town and we vacationed here for a week, just like basically testing out places we knew when we wanted to leave California. Yeah, it's a I almost don't want to advertise it because yeah, it's great. Plus, there's 5 comic book stores and a dinosaur museum.
I saw that 5 comic stores. You're in heaven right now, sir. I wanted to talk about. We want to have you on the show because I have really enjoyed listening to or watching your YouTube channel. Originally, you caught my eye because of Masters of the Universe, and I think all 4 of us here, I'm assuming all 4 of us here are part of the Gen X sort of age group where Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, that had a major influence on our youth, and so I watched your show because you had so much insight, and then I learned that you had actually worked on the classics line, and then you just had so much great information that I had not known about from Master Universe, and that is what caught my attention. And then as the videos started going, you started helping me understand more and more about how decisions are made, why companies do this and why companies do that. And I just wanted to ask, my first question for you is, what are some of the things that you feel are that a lot of collectors our age now sort of misunderstand about the business?
Sure. No, great question. And again, I appreciate I think you summed up the channel very well. I basically started it up partially out of boredom during the COVID shutdown, like 2 Marches ago, when like nobody could leave their house for 2 months. But yeah, partially because, I've spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos on toys and pop culture, Star Wars, all of that. And the channels tend to be broken down to like reviewers and commentators. And the commentators then get broken down to like people who talk about things and people talk about how much they hate things. So I wanted to do a video sort of explaining, because I feel like you hit the nail on the head. There are so many misconceptions, and the biggest one, I think, as talking about the adult collector toy industry, like looking at behind you guys and seeing your collections, it's so small, and the internet makes us feel like it's so much bigger and important to toy companies, and especially toy companies' bottom lines. Noting that a company like Jakks, Mattel, Hasbro, Spin Master, they're all publicly traded, very large companies. Some of them are Fortune 500 companies, and Hasbro, Lego, Mattel, etc. they're in the business to sell millions of units with huge brands like Hot Wheels and Pound Puppies, etc. Are the stuff, the smaller companies like your Super Sevens or your NECAs obviously are focused 100%, but they're much, it's like we tend to put NECA and Mattel and Hasbro together because for us, they produce similar product, but no business analyst would ever put those companies in the same bucket. Financially and structurally, they're so different. And so that's really the thing is with the big companies, it's like we are such a drop in the bucket. And that's what I think the internet throws off.